Hey.
Good morning from Vietnam, or the Maplewood, whichever one you prefer.
It's probably warmer there.
Yeah.
I heard the weed wasn't all that bad here.
Well, I'll tell you, down here in southwest Minnesota, we got a small amount of snow, but it sounds like the further north you went, they got a lot more snow. How's it in the cities there in Maplewood, Daryl? You're muted, Daryl.
Well, I've seen the plows go by a few times, but weather here looks like it did yesterday. So we're still digging out from before, and we're waiting for that cold snap. That cold snap's supposed to come in tonight, and supposed to last through the weekend. So we'll see.
Yes, we will. We'll have a few days with sub-zero temperatures, Arctic blast, polar vortex, cold, as we can say, for even us Minnesotans.
Yep.
I'm a little bit late this morning. How is everybody doing? Anybody catch any news other than like the snow, that polar vortex?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
No. Everybody got a nice warm cup of coffee. Everybody's got their little whatever's going on and ready to go and already.
Yep. Yeah, I've been doing my Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
I'm drinking that mango malt juice this morning.
Sadly, I'm already a 2-liter in of Coke today. I need another one.
Yeah,
It's
good.
been a long morning. I've been up since 4:30.
Me too. I think we should start the show a lot earlier, like.
Oh, yeah. We can start it earlier, but we're just trying to get everything back in line and get people lined up. And people are adjusting because a lot of kids are getting ready to go back to school.
Yeah.
So they're wrapping up that whole homeschooling, distance learning, they call it, I guess.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
Yep. And so we also just had a few of us that were on, let's just call them mini vacations. Some of them better than others. But it's all going to work out for everybody, we all hope, huh?
Yeah, I had a good weekend. It was fun.
Yeah, the weekend was fun. I'm looking forward to my undisclosed location next week for my birthday.
Yeah.
Send y'all heat through the mail.
I'm about to head outside to go plow my driveway, so I'll be here but not here, You know how it
It's
is.
okay, I'm online.
Yeah.
Well, Corey, our friend Corey, he had a slight accident this morning. Sounds like his snowblower's out of commission for a bit, so he's got to shovel his walks. That's going to take some time for him. He's busy. And we got people fishing, and we got people that are just carrying on with their lives, like Daryl there in Maplewood. Daryl, you met with the legislatures earlier this week, some of them about the disabilities issues, and you said that was coming forward. You were also updating me. You contacted the legislative body to find out what's happening with HF 600, the Minnesota push to legalize recreational cannabis right here in the state. What's the good news?
Yeah, that's correct. We did look at HF 600, and it is about 246 pages long. So there's a little bit of everything in there for anybody that wants to look at it. I did see a few interesting pieces, but yeah, I'm waiting for the committee administrator to get back to us and tell us what the timeline is for its first hearing. But but it will have to be within the next 3 weeks to 4 weeks or so. So stay tuned.
There's so much.
We'll have a date soon.
That's good news.
Oh my garbage can's frozen shut.
Oh, trash man won't take it then.
Got a little snow on it.
I opened it.
Some of the other things that we talked about was a disability parenting bill that will be co-authored and authored by one of the real proactive senators in the Senate. Melissa Franson will Senator Franson will carry it in the Senate, and with that, we hope that she'll be she's the lead author on our parenting bill as well. So it'd be fun to get to know her over the next couple months, and it'll be fun to see how much engaging that we can do with this group around the cannabis bill, because what we need to do is make sure it stays alive within one body in order for the Senate to even pick it up. So there's a technical issue here that we usually miss as being stoners or people from the legalization movement, is that they like to move things late at night or early in the morning when we don't pay attention. So we definitely need somebody to stay on top of it. And I'm on top of probably 2 or 3 bills, so I'll try to stay on top of this one. But I don't have a real interest in all of the bill. I just have a small interest on a piece of the bill. So I would like other people that really care about it to follow it as well and join into it too.
Yeah, we all have to step up. We need to contact our legislatures, especially if you live in a district where your legislative body sits on the committees, because we need this bill to pass through the committees and get to the floor for a vote. We need this to get into the Senate. We need it introduced and get up the chain so that we can get this in front of our governor, because the governor says he's real interested in it. He's willing to go ahead and consider it. Let's do it, people.
What are we gonna do? Send emails, or how are we gonna
Letters, email, make phone calls, try to make appointments with them if you can, or set up a Zoom meeting or FaceTime chat. However you can do it, people, please contact your Minnesota legislature. We need these bills passed, especially the recreational marijuana bill.
Right. The way that the medical bill is going to get better, and the way that the medical law changes, is that the recreational bill comes forward. If the recreational bill never comes forward, then we're going to have the restrictions on the medical program that we do have. So it is imperative that this bill moves forward so that we can fix the other bad stuff that we've already done.
Okay. I'll do that later today myself.
And there are a number of ways, like I like to personally call my legislature the most, because they get to actually hear my voice and actually hear the spasticity that I have due to my disability. So they know, they hear me as a real person, and they automatically can identify me. Not everybody likes to make the phone call, but don't worry about it. They hardly ever answer the phone themselves. unless you figure out what times they do answer the phone, then it works. Like our house rep, like our state rep, he answers the phones at certain times, and he tells people that those are times you can get a hold of them. Or you can call it cell phone,
However you
and
can do it.
they generally will pick up their cell phone because they think it's a staffer or somebody that they want to talk to.
Absolutely.
Then they figure it's me, and then they're like, "Oh shit, you could have left that call till next week."
Well, this last year's been pretty tough. Not as much interaction at the Capitol building itself.
Yes, well, we've been dealing with COVID, and as much as we want to challenge our governor and think that our governor is maybe not on our side at times, I am impressed on how he's handled COVID for the most part. I mean, if you look at the governors around us in other states, they've not handled it very well, and our governor has been steady, and he stayed strong to his powers and his options, and I'm not a Democrat by all means, so certainly I only praise people that do good work, do the work that they're supposed to.
Well, we have a little music today. I'll go ahead and share that, and then we'll let the discussion continue afterwards.
No, I didn't know you need to work on your math. Just being the poor and close that and close the door. They come against rich, knowing that they harm us. But marijuana, 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 how is it not a sin to drink your beer, wine and gin? But what plans they gonna blow? Look at us. It's time to grow. It's time to learn. It's time to stay. Time we deserve to people that take one black, one white. What happens next? Well, it's just their right. Racism may dead despite what you think. Our system is broke, it needs to mend. So be our hero, be our friend. Stop tearing the reason called marijuana. Marijuana, marijuana, marijuana. Scientists proving every day how wrong they were in every way. It's time we listen to those who know. The facts you got, you knew are fake, except the moment is ours to take. The truth is coming out of marijuana. Marijuana, 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 marijuana. Merry 420, everyone.
I love that. That's good.
So I think that song was about marijuana.
That's what you guys should do on the Wake and Bake show. You should practice
You
your
think?
stories too.
I don't know. Can you tell us a little bit more about that song, Ginger?
Then when you got a good one, you can record it. Does anybody record the show?
Well, after visiting with my legislators, what little we could, and after trying to, at multiple attempts, not get a hold of them, I decided just to write them a song and sing it for them. So we stood at the Capitol and we sang it for them that day. And it was about everything that I see wrong, well, not everything, but what I see wrong with being illegal. Racial disparities. I mean, it's endless. The medical, the money, the fact that Big Pharma is the one who's getting rich off keeping it illegal. So that's what I wrote that about.
It was great.
Thank you.
It was really good. Everybody's muted.
I got a homework assignment for you guys. If you guys can do this, if you guys need help, there's 9 of us on this call, right? All right. So tomorrow we should all know who our state rep is and who our state senator is, right? And if we all come to the table with those names, right, we can do something about it, right? And if you don't know who those people are, we'll look them up for you if you give me your address and your zip code. Right, but otherwise, all that information is public. You can easily find it. I can show you how to do it. But if we all come to the table with those names tomorrow, then I'll show you what we can do next. And then, because we all have powerful stories, right? And we all have a story to tell, right? And if we haven't told our story to our legislator yet, that's good practice. And we can practice together on the show and stuff, and develop those things before you actually tell your story in front of your leader or your elected leader, I should say.
Yeah.
Our elected representative.
Because leader is not a really good term.
Why isn't it? That's not what I was. What's wrong with that?
Our representatives, Daryl. Representatives,
There we go.
not a leader. I mean, they might be leading the fight, but like they're our representative.
Good point.
Leader is a general term, is what I would use.
But because the senators think they're better than the representatives, so that's why I tend to get away from representative versus senator, because they both represent you. It's just one has a different set of procedural things that they deal with versus like
They
this.
represent a larger portion.
I'm not gonna make some tea or something.
Larger portion.
Like a state senator represents the largest portion, right? And the reps they share both that Senate district. So they don't represent as many people. So that's why we can get a lot more done a lot of times, and we craft a lot more things on the House side, because the House can take the time to do that, where the Senate wants it already. They already want it ready to go, and then they kind of can package it in their way.
Sure. And then there's always, the other people's views, and then they go ahead and try to make compromises, and then sometimes the bills get watered down or things get added that we don't really like. That's why from the conception, the original announcement of the bill until its actual final vote you really need to be on top of it, because changes can come in committees, changes can come on the floor. You've dealt with that before, haven't you, Daryl?
Yeah, changes come anytime. As soon as the bill's introduced, that's when the changes start, right after that.
And then we get messed over sometimes.
So 6
But
times.
we need real change here in Minnesota, because our medical program is messed up. Me as a veteran, I can't even go into the VA here in Minneapolis and tell them that I use cannabis without it possibly seriously detrimental to my health care. There's pushes at the federal level to get that changed, but until it's really changed at the federal level, we have to be real cautious.
And,
Yeah, words matter. The wording of what's going to happen with legalization, words matter, because with the program now and law enforcement not even understanding how the program works, like in my case, getting pulled over on Monday, and I showed my proof of approval in the medical marijuana program, and he still ended up taking my vape because he doesn't understand the program. He's like, well, it doesn't show what you're approved for in the program. It just says that you're approved. Dumbass, you're approved. You get what you want. I can go into either dispensary right now if I have the money and get a 90-day supply of every single product and every single strain. You're not approved for a specific thing. You go in, you say what your problem is. The pharmacist works with you and says, this will work, try this. You go in and say, I want this. You walk the fuck out. But because law enforcement doesn't understand it, they're still harassing people in the program and confiscating their medics.
when that happens, please let me know.
Well, she's letting you know, Daryl. It happened to her on Monday.
That just happened this Monday.
From and that happened to you personally.
Yes.
And which product were you using, MedMed or Evelyn?
A vape pen.
Yeah, from which
It doesn't matter,
manufacturer?
Daryl. It doesn't matter, Daryl.
I know it doesn't matter, but the reason why I tell you this is because one company was heavily infiltrated by the Dayton administration.
Okay, that's not what she's talking about here, Daryl. She's talking about law enforcement, Daryl.
Yeah, let me explain to you why I say this. And one company was had trouble relating to some other issues, which resulted in some law enforcement issues that you're talking about. So then one company decides to brand their product, right? And they actually sent those products throughout the state to all the law enforcement agencies, right? They've done actual introductions to each department, but because the other company had some issues and got in trouble on a national scale, they then stopped doing those kind of introductions. And so I'm sorry that that's happening still, and it shouldn't be happening either way, but it's a huge reason as to why one company does it right and one company chooses not to do it right.
Okay,
But
I don't think it matters about the company. This was a
nothing
law
to do with the
enforcement officer,
company.
It
Daryl.
affects the program
Daryl,
itself.
stop, Daryl, stop. Listen, she got pulled over by a cop who doesn't want to know that this is medicine. They plead ignorance. That's what it is, Daryl. It has nothing to do with if it was from this company or that company. The cop
But
didn't care.
it does.
The cop didn't care. He
No,
didn't
doesn't
recognize it,
matter what
Daryl.
company. What matters is that her rights as a patient were violated.
Yes.
That is what
Yeah.
matters. What
That is
company does
correct.
not matter. Because if someone gets in trouble for prescription medication, it does not matter who the manufacturer is. And then this is the same case. The manufacturer of that vape pen does not matter. What matters is her rights as a patient were violated. That is the key point.
Yes.
And on top of that, he also said, well, it's almost done anyway, so why don't you just go get a new one? Now, I don't know about anybody else, but if I have a prescription and I got 5-6 pills left, I'm not going to Chucky and say, hey, doc, I need write me a new prescription. Like, why? And why? How does that make sense, for one? For two, you're further proving that you don't understand the program because the shit's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Like,
You have to fight this.
oh, I am.
Because your rights as a patient were violated.
Yeah. But it's just like, it makes no sense that, like, and I told him, like, so you tell me exactly what I'm supposed to do, because I'm showing you everything that I'm supposed to, and you're still sitting here saying, well, I don't, it does. You're coming up with every excuse in the book. So tell me how I'm supposed to have my medicine with me and not get it taken by officers like you. And you have shit to say.
Right, and you're not even required to really show it to them anyway.
Exactly, Daryl.
Because technically, for them to even ask if you're a patient on the program is technically a breach of your HIPAA rights as a patient. They can't ask you.
Yes, ma'am.
That's where laws get very, very tricky.
Oh, it's terrible. We need change here in Minnesota. We need HF 600 to get over the hurdles, and we need the governor to sign. We are so far behind. I can go to South Dakota in July, coming up soon, and get it. You can go up to the UP of Michigan or down to Illinois. I mean, Nebraska's only 5 hours away, you know? I mean, come on, people.
Chicago only 6.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, I ain't paying their prices. Y'all getting taxed in Chicago. That, woo.
Yeah,
Oh,
Chicago's harder.
Oh, I didn't even want to. I looked it up online, saw the price for 1 gram, and said, no, negative.
Sure, I'd have a sandwich.
It's okay.
Fuck that.
Like, I'll
But
buy
it's legal. They have flour. Shit, you know.
They're gonna
Yeah.
have flower in the reservation precinct. I can't wait till that happens.
Yeah.
The reservations have actually always had the right. They just had to go through a lot of red tape and the proper channels, but they have actually always had the right to grow and cultivate.
Well, each tribe has to go ahead and bring it up on their own sovereign thing, and that's what's going on now. I think that's one of the reasons why the governor also is pushing the legislators, because our tribes in northern Minnesota and here now in southern Minnesota are getting on the cannabis legalization thing, and there's nothing that they can do about it because they're sovereign nations.
Red Lake led the way for that one. That was pretty awesome watching those, you know.
We should get them back on the show again.
Yeah.
In fact, just putting this out there, everybody, you know, if you want to come on our show, be a guest, participate, please hit one of us up, send us
Bring up an issue,
a message. If you got some music you want to go ahead and put out there or some other kind of artwork, we are open to that. We are just trying to go ahead and like get reformatted here. So it's taken us a few days, but we're going to be here and we're going to go ahead and be pro marijuana, pro cannabis, pro Minnesota.
And that would be great.
I still haven't seen Gary man.
Everybody get together.
And when haven't seen Gary?
Well,
And again, keep contacting your representatives. Keep contacting them however you can. Be in their face, be in their email, be in their voicemail, until they really just want you to go away. Just harass them
Right.
nicely. Above all else, be nice.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
be good at it.
You call it harassment, I call it building relationships, and we can do it. We can do it aggressively, or we can do it
Well, it
on a long term
just-
scale. On a long term scale,
Right?
I tend to do both. It depends on how they operate and what they want to, where they want to put you on their schedule, and
You're a
just.
constituent, they have to.
But
Good morning, Corey.
if you're a constituent, they will make time for you. And that's the reason why I said it starts with your state reps and your senator, because they will make time for you on purpose for you to talk about this issue. That's their job to do that.
Absolutely. Well, Corey, how's it over there, Faribault?
Yeah, Fable sucks.
Sorry about that, Corey. I have family members that come up to Faribault at least three, 4 times a year. So
Yeah, this town's just full of a bunch of drug addicts and shitty people. What do you do?
One day at a
Never
time.
lied.
Yep. Yeah, I figured I'd pop in and say hi. I'm gonna eat my food. So
We're getting
Same
ready
guy.
to just go ahead and get out of here. Get out
Right on.
live.
I want some.
on Facebook.
I want some.
Wherever.
If Rose wants some, Corey.
See you guys later. Have a good day.
We don't talk about the food and dip. I see how it is.
yeah, you got everybody hungry now. Now nobody knows where to get that food, man.
All right, we're going to get out of here for today, Facebook. Maybe we'll be back on later on, but you guys all enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Please get ready for this polar vortex. Don't get caught in the cold.
Yeah. You saw it.
So,
Talk to y'all later.
Have a good day, y'all.
One God we must be counted to be united and one. In this land we are discounted. Got to end our division amongst men now. So many have been replaced with the power money brings pain. No. There's no reason to be anxious. Got to stand up and rise again now. All over the world, people are changing. Changing, my God, for the better. All over the world, people are changing, changing for the better. To my people, we are saying.